Alright guys, welcome to bonus episode number 5? 6?
I don't even know what we're on.
Holy crap, I forgot already. We recorded a regular episode last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or, right? Yesterday or 2 days ago?
It's all mixing in at this point. I don't know.
Yeah. It's so many different variables. Anyway, welcome to the next bonus episode today. How's everyone feeling today? It's a disgusting, rainy, stormy night out today. It's been all day. It's been disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How are you feeling today?
All things considered, not bad.
Okay.
Not bad.
Squirrel?
Not bad. It's pretty calm, even though it was kind of crazy outside. I got soaked earlier. I'm dry
That's
now.
always fun.
Yeah. Guys, we got so hopefully this is one of the last times that we have to move our stuff around, because we've this is our third room at this point to try to figure out where are we going to record this thing. So give us a little bit of a break in case it sounds a little bit echoey. This is going to sound a little bit weird, probably just where we are right now. Hopefully we'll have a space that's a little bit easier to record in soon. But we are doing a Voidz and Shadow Puppet song tonight. Again, because I couldn't.
The fourth bonus too.
It's the fourth bonus.
Fourth, okay. Wow.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So fourth bonus episode. Are we excited? Are you excited for these?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's been
Excited, fucking stuffed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited just because I feel like lately the songs have been getting better and better. The ones that you guys have shown me so far.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see if the trend keeps going that way. I don't know. Have we reached the ceiling?
No, definitely
I feel
not.
With Miracle Liner peaked.
I'm trying.
There's not a better Shadow Puppet song than that. There can't be.
I'm trying to after this is the week where I just hit shuffle and mixed it.
Okay.
So it's just gonna be kind of random from now on.
Okay.
It just so happened to be two of my favorites all in a row at this point. All right, guys. Well, today we are getting into a song called QYURRYUS by the Voidz. It's spelled really weird. It's QYURRYUS.
Oh, it's one of those
It's
songs.
one of those weird Voidz spelling songs.
I never knew it was called QYURRYUS.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense now.
What did you think it was called?
Cause
if you see it, it's really weird. I didn't know at first either when I first saw the title.
literally, I just say how it's spelled. If you look it up, I say QYURRYUS or QYURRYUS.
It's QYURRYUS. It's a really strange. Guys, we're in a new room, so that's Brendan's his nails tacking on the floor. Now he's opening the door with a snout, and
you
now
offended
he's
him.
So
I don't think he likes the Voidz that much. I think he's more of a Strokes
yeah,
guy.
Shadow Puppets. It's spelled QYURRYUS. So that's how they spell that.
Okay.
This song, guys, when I first heard it, it's one of those songs where I was like, what the fuck is this? To be honest with you. I'm just going to be honest. I didn't hate it, but I was like, I don't know what the fuck to think about this song. But the more I listened to it, it didn't take me too many more listens to love it. It only took me a second listen to be like, holy shit, there's actually something here.
Okay.
And when you look back at interviews for the Voidz, they actually literally one or two of them actually say that they that it's their favorite Voidz song they've written.
Damn. Okay.
Because when you guys hear some of this stuff in this song, everyone who's listening will know what we're talking about. It's just the craziest weirdest thing that you can, because there's
they've done. What is it? What?
No, this is not the crazy. But so you know how when Julian said he likes otherworld music and stuff, in this song you definitely.
Oh, is this the one where it was was it African?
It's not the one you're thinking. There's two.
Egyptian?
There's a few, but this is one of them. This is one of a few.
Oh, okay,
but,
I don't even want to know anymore.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give any
spoil,
tidbits.
yeah.
I'm not gonna any tidbits. But I don't think there's much else to say besides just get into it. But this is QYURRYUS by the Voidz. Let's give it a listen. All right, that was the 2 minutes and 52 seconds Voidz song, which is crazy short for a Voidz song. But we just finished listening to QYURRYUS by the Voidz, which is a song that a lot of people told me, which we'll get to fan comments, was one of their favorites. But when they first heard it, they were like, "Oh, what? I need to understand, or I need to get that, or I need to hear it a different way." So I totally understand. That was also a song where when I first heard it again, I was like, not sure about it, but then I just like listened to it and I was like, holy shit, this thing's like a short banger. Like it's fun. Like it's weird, but it's fun. Like to me, that's like the perfect word for it. It's fun. Like it's different. It sounds like he's just having fun with it. Like it didn't take itself too seriously. It wasn't 8 minutes long. Like I want to get to you guys though. Will, what do you think?
It was a little interesting. It's a lot different. Very different. I said it sometimes. It was different what we heard last time, but no, this is like extremely, probably the most different what we heard from previous episodes. Different music.
Mm-hmm.
And Jared just sent me this before, but I don't remember listening to it, so it's actually nice. Like it's a little refresher. But I like how you said like he doesn't really take himself too seriously in this song because like it is not my definition of fun, but like I can see Julie making a song and then like the Voidz making a song, them having really fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because like it's just not even like a serious song. It doesn't seem like a serious topic of a song where he's trying to prove something to someone or like sell something. It just sounds like music, which is really nice. Like it just feels like an art piece, and I don't really understand it, but I don't have to understand it. It's still good. I like it, and it's weird, but I like the weirdness of it. So
Yeah.
for like a new listen, not even like a new listen, but like kind of like a refresher is nice.
Yeah. Before anyone says anything else, you guys aren't gonna offend me with this song. Okay, Glass is more offensive if you don't like that. If you don't like the song.
It was offensive. What was the last episode where you gave? Didn't he give an egregious ranking?
Probably for Someday. When
Yeah,
I gave
you
it
said
like
that
a
wasn't a
3.8.
5.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah,
talk about
It
offense.
should have
Yeah.
been a 5.
Yeah, right. So
We
you have
can't
no room
leave
for
this.
offense. Like,
Listen, that's a past. That's in the past. It's in the past. Manny, what do you think?
I'll be honest, I didn't care for it.
No,
But
okay.
I will say this though. When you say that, like, okay, think about it as like these guys are just having fun. When you say that, it's like, oh, okay. You know, it doesn't have to be like a serious song or like anything with meaning. When you guys said that, my immediate thought, and I think like a lot of musicians have done this, like when like for instance, me and my friends, like if we go to like a music store, this is the type of shit that we do. Like, yo, pick up that and then you just play something goofy and fun and just like you're not really thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So when I think about it in terms like that, cool, no problem. Like they're literally just vibing, having fun. That's not something I would typically listen to though. Like I probably won't listen to this a second time. I will say though it was cool, like with the different fusions of like I see what you mean by like otherworldly. Where it really threw me off is where he has like the auto tune. Like it reminded me of like I used to listen in like high school days. I would listen to like Breathe Carolina and like all these emo bands and stuff that would use stuff like that. So I thought that was like it gave me a good chuckle because you don't typically hear auto tune that egregious anymore. You know, it's usually like hints of it. That was just straight up like. So I thought that was kind of cool. It just seems like they were having fun. But for me, that doesn't really. It's hard to say like that's a song. Like I wouldn't. That's not something I would just like cruise around to or listen to personally.
Or like if you're your friends in your car, like, hey, I'm gonna put this song. This is a banger. I don't know.
See what's so funny about I've done both of those things.
Yeah,
I love that song.
It's an interesting song, and I can see when you say that, like, okay, if you hear it a couple more times, it could grow on you. I love experimental music, but like experimental music for my time was like heavier. It was like when I was experimenting with music, it was like those weird fusions of like heavy metal with like auto tune and like high pitched sounds. Like that was experimental for like me. So this is like a whole different type of experimental thing that like I wouldn't really be into myself personally. But
Yeah.
I didn't really like the auto tune, to be honest. Like I prefer just Julian's regular falsetto, just his regular voice. But it's kind of like silly that he uses it, and you could tell like he didn't really take himself too seriously.
yeah, I thought it was funny. Like I liked that the auto tune was in there because it was just like, oh, what? Like it was out of left field.
It kind of reminds me of like a video game. Like the beginning of it, the way it started, it made me want to go like grab a skateboard and like go skating and like not really give a fuck about anything. Just have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to go last on purpose. Yeah, I mean, for me, like, it's hard to explain. I'm such a.
It's hard to explain.
It's hard to explain. Yeah, it's I love catchy stuff, and to me, it's catchy. Like I like if I'm like by myself, I'll just go. And I'll just like have fun.
You
like,
would look like a crazy person because no one would know what you're referencing.
Exactly. So like, I love it when we can hear it in a better way. The beginning thing, the whatever you want to call that the rhythm, the bass, the main like driving rhythm of that song. Like I love the way it sounds like on a good speaker, which is what we have. But I have to where we are right now, guys. It's real tough for like sound, but when we hear it like in the car, like I'll show you what you mean. So for me, it's like the instrumentals on this thing, like the pedal that they were using for the guitar, that sounded like little like glitches, and like
That's one thing I wanted to
like,
say too. Is like there's a lot of sounds in here, and I think that's what kind of threw me off. Was there was not a whole lot of synergy, which there are songs like that, but it really I couldn't focus on any of the music because it was just like little sounds here and then sounds there and then over there. And they all just kind of fused into one. So
that's
like,
interesting. Because like I'm the opposite. Like the mucus
the mucus is where my mind goes.
Yeah, the music is where my mind was the whole time. Like you probably saw me, I was like rocking to it all the time, and I was trying to focus on this.
You were like in a trance.
Yeah, like this is why I have the lyrics up sometimes because I can't really understand Julian sometimes what he's saying. But like, yeah, I was like lost in the music. And
there are lyrics to that song.
Oh yeah,
there are lyrics to that song.
It's not just.
Are you
like
sure?
Sound. Like,
It just sounded like a bunch of sounds, which is fine, but like, you know, I just didn't do anything for me, unfortunately.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Which sucks because like we've been on such a high lately that this is like, oh, okay. But now I see what you mean by like otherworldly stuff, and I'm sure like there probably is something like this that they've made that I would be into, but just for all the different sounds and all that, it just really didn't catch my attention too well.
The other one I'm thinking of, I think will be receptive a little bit better. This one I knew was gonna be like a polarizing like tough one.
Yeah.
But I was excited to get to it because I like it. So I was saying like those guitars in it. I love when he does his like falsetto, like the Indian like type style stuff. I love when he did that. I don't like the auto tune stuff. I don't even really pay attention to the part of that it's in. I like the I lost was my like that's catchy to me. So that part is like what my mind's paying attention to. I don't even know. I don't even care or listen. I mean, I know what he's saying because I've looked at the lyrics, but when he's doing the auto tune, I don't even pay attention to that. I just pay attention to like the regular part of it. But it's cool because it sounds like three different types of songs. Like there's a verse crammed in there somehow where he's singing normally like but low, and then he goes back to the craziness, and then the guitar's like it sounds like an ambulance sound like. So it is like what we were talking about with River or Brake Lights. It sounds like an anxiety type song, just like of how much is going on in there. But I think it's catchy as shit, and because it's like not too long, at least it's not one that you're like slow burning if you don't like it. So it's just a quick like you put it on, like if they play it live, it'll probably be pretty cool to hear him do what he's doing there, and especially with the guitar effects. Like so that's like when I think about it, that's where I'm coming from.
I was like, you know what the song reminds me of? Have you ever heard Lucky? I think it's by Pharrell and Daft Punk.
Yeah.
It reminds me kind of like that, like the music part of it. It's like, like the I can't talk about my voice. But yeah, like the bass where it's like funky, it's like electronic.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of.
Ooh, shoot, sorry. Yeah, but that's so I think about that. But that's Curious off of the Voidz album Virtue from 2018. Lyrics, Manny, what do you got for us? You're looking at some here. Not Manny.
Will.
Will
Will is the lyric.
Yeah, when you looked at me,
Will looked at Manny for a second. Like, wait,
I was gonna say I didn't hear any of the lyrics. What do you mean? Why are you asking me?
Lyrics, the ones that stuck out to me, I was gonna say thank you for asking. I'm definitely gonna have to listen to it again because there wasn't anything that really stuck out besides this part when Julian's just like talking in the middle of a song. I like when artists do that. Kind of like they take a step back from like the music, where he's like hot track, hot dress. Like I like seeing like when there has like when people play music too. I like doing like the little ad libs or like the little part where it's like not them singing, it's just like them saying a random thing or like the little the words that are in the parentheses or like the background parts. I like doing that stuff. So I like how he puts that into the song. That's fun.
His username's in here.
And the minor or major, I was like, oh, he called himself out. I don't know if he got it from the song. That would be a good question.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think either I guarantee. I don't know. That's actually a good question. This was 2018 when it came out, so.
He started his Instagram way longer than that.
Did he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Then he definitely changed his name if that was the case. I don't know. We'd have to research that, see when he made his Instagram account.
My favorite 2 words from the song, Little Habibi.
Did he say that?
Yeah. I
Look,
can't.
see, you don't even know the lyrics, and you love this song.
Well, the thing is, like, that's one of the
I lost what's
auto-tune
mine.
parts.
Okay.
So, like,
That's
I don't
my
remember
favorite
those
part.
off the top of my head. There's, like, lots of interpretations of the lyrics of this one, too. Like, I know it's I lost what's mine, but a lot of people thought that he was saying I lost my spine. Because a lot of this is, like, there's mentions about, like, a baby and a mom. Like, it's, like, a family type thing. And I know I read something about, like, people think he was talking about how like he like something with his dad and his mom. I have to find that, but like a lot of the ending part with the auto tune, apparently there's a lot of like stuff in there you can deep dive into in terms of like what you're the stats about what you're looking for. Were any other lyrics standing out to you when you were looking?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
No. I didn't even notice that's what he was saying at the end. Like, I lost what's mine.
Yeah.
I was just like in a trance in that music, and it's weird because like the song doesn't feel sad. It's just like okay.
Yeah.
Like it just feels like what it is. And then when you read it, it's like oh okay.
Yeah.
That little part is like oh, okay, maybe it has something more to it.
Yep. There's a lot of things, different opinions on what people say, but I do want to get to fan comments here before we would do any rankings. So, we got Cosmonchiro that said, it's a banger, but everyone that I've shown it to always gives me weird looks. So, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you on that. 99 Souls Up said, it's one of those songs that's super angular, and if you're tuned to the taste, it's super catchy. If not, people just go, ugh, what are we listening to? Mikey Izzle said, agreed, same. My favorite songs to introduce the voice to people are Leave It in My Dreams, which we did, Eternal Teo 2.0, and Alien Crime Lord, because I feel like they are just enough weird Voidz style, but still accessible. Someone actually, Will, said Little Habibi in really high letters. If people like that. Scorpio Disc said, it has a Middle Eastern kind of vibe that seems to throw some people off. It's one of the things I dig about it, though. I agree with you there. WRVC3 said, the ultimate cyber Arabian prison jazz. I love that. XX Big Cheese XS said, according to Stats FM, I listened to this 3-minute track 502 minutes last year. Still not bored. I remember reading about how the second part is about drone strikes in the East, hence the different voices representing the victims versus the Western government, which added a level of depth to the auto-tune usage, etc. That was really cool. I agree with the other comments, though. Don't play it if you get the aux. So there we go.
Yeah.
So I knew there was
just feel
stuff
like
to
a
it.
jerk.
Well, you should.
I do. I
Piece
feel
of
like
shit.
one. Right. Like,
Damn, I always say I don't like the auto tune now.
Yeah, well, you can't
know
now.
like
It was about people that died in war.
right.
You have to like it.
I knew Julian was so political.
So I feel pressured. I have to give this a 5 now.
No.
Otherwise, like, I'm pro-war is what I look like.
A. Ali said, the first time I heard this, I hated it, but when it got stuck in my head, and now it's probably my favorite Voidz song. See, like, that's exactly what I said. And I don't think it's my favorite Voidz songs. It's one of my favorite Voidz songs. Definitely top 3 for me. But, like, I definitely didn't understand it to start. That's just me. That's my personal thing.
I can see it growing on me a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's once we're in a more relaxed setting, and we can, we'll give it a listen. Extracted Venom said, I've listened to this song a billion times, and I will listen to it a billion more. I would love more music from Julian that's a bit more on the weirder side like this. West of Fuel said, Julian discovered that autotune usage, and then a fantastic journey started. Because he uses that autotune in more Voidz songs. This isn't the only one.
Okay.
It's not, like, used in that way. Like, they all make sense, but he does use that, like, with the Voidz a lot.
Yeah. Like I remember in Human Sadness, it was like more easy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Which is fine. I'm not like anti. Like I'm not against it. It was just very like out of nowhere with that song. It wasn't what I expected.
Yeah. A lot of people saying they love the song and it's brilliant, and then a lot of common comments saying like it was one where they didn't like it at first and then they did. Like so many, like 4 or 5 I've read at this point. Again, guys, thanks for the comments. We got 40 plus comments on this one. So thank you for the engagement there. Another one said it's one of those I always skip for some reason. Then I heard it live and it became an instant favorite. Yeah, I wish I could have heard that live. There are a few comments saying that it's not their thing. But for the vast majority, it looks like a lot of Strokes Voidz fans really like the song. I'm with you guys. So this is gonna be fun. Rankings. Oh fuck. I mean, I guess I can.
You go first.
I guess I can go first. I should have probably been thinking about it this whole time. Oh my god. Let's see. So this is tough. This is tough for me because like I love it, but I know I'm gonna get shit for ranking this the way I would versus some other things. But my mind is telling me a 3.8.
What is your heart saying?
Nothing above a 4. Nothing above a 4.
Okay.
I promise. So I think I've been pretty good with my rankings. 3.8 is very common for me though. I keep going there, but I really think it's that because I don't want to quite give it a 4. I don't want to give it below. For me, like I still love the song, personally. And like I said, it's one of my top 3 favorites. But the other 2 that are ahead of it, like there's no way. Like it just can't be. The highest it would be for me is a 4. That would be its ceiling for it because I know, like it is a great song and I do like it a lot. I think if I were to give it the highest score, it would be a 4 for me. So 4 on the dot. That wouldn't go any higher than that because I know the ceiling that is the Voidz, and I feel like I love when we do this because it makes me analyze things a little bit more. Because although I do love the song, the other ones that I love do have like a much better everything in almost every aspect. Instrumental, lyrics, vocals, like length, like there's just no way. And I know I keep explaining myself every time, but like that's why I'm giving it a 3.8 to a 4. We'll just go with 4 like ranking, but nothing above that because I know I gotta be a little bit. I need to think a little bit. I can't give this song more than a 4 and give Someday a 3.8.
Right. That's just,
I can't give this a 5. It doesn't make sense. And I get that. So I'm trying my best to be as as professional and real as possible. I'm trying to put my... If it was just like, what songs do you love to bop to? I'd give this thing a 5 because I love to bop to it. But if I'm really analyzing it and breaking it apart and like thinking what's out there, I have to go that. That's where I would go.
All right. Will, do you know what are you thinking?
It's a little difficult. I'm also in the 3 range. I keep like flip-flopping. I'm gonna have to say like 3.4 would be like what my heart is saying right now. Definitely, it's not like in the 1 or 2 range. I kind of liked it. I didn't like dislike it.
Yeah.
Because if I disliked that, I would literally just say it like it wasn't my thing. It's not the kind of music I go for. Is the thing, and like it's not my kind of style. But like I'm open to.
Yeah.
I'm open to like discovering more of this kind of music. Personally, this song though wasn't my favorite, and it's not one I would put on, and I wouldn't consider it a masterpiece. So that's why I say like 3.4.
Okay.
Are you guys ready for this?
Yeah.
All right, so kind of like Will said, like it's not my thing. So I want to preface it by saying that I'm gonna have to give it, don't kill me, a 1.5. And again, it's not that it's a bad song. Like it's cool. I think it's very cool that people have heard that song and they love it. Like that's what music is. Like it's so cool that you could have such a difference in opinion. It's not something that like I would listen to though. You know, and I'm pretty sure if I heard it a second time, I'd be like, no, still no. So I think like but I'm glad I heard it because it's like you said, it's not my thing, but I'm open to listening to new things and like maybe this song will open up like an avenue to something similar to this. But right now, I just 1.5. No disrespect. And I want to say again, like just because something's in the 1 range, it doesn't mean that it's like a garbage song. It's just not what I listen to.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't think we'll ever... The point of this podcast isn't to bash any... We do this podcast because we love these bands. So anything I hear from any of these guys, I'm going to at least like
Dude,
or like appreciate.
Let me just say this. As music fans, right? Just appreciate when your favorite artist creates something for you. Even if you don't like it, just be appreciative that like they made it.
Yeah.
Take a listen. If it's not for you, cool. Not everything is made for you to like.
Yeah.
You know, plain and simple. So I appreciate that, you know, he made this song. Again, not something I would listen to, but I appreciate that it exists.
It's one of those... I wanted to talk about that too, not for a long time, but I wanted to say we sat down, we let Julian, and he listened to the podcast. The last thing I would want him to listen to is us being like, "Oh, this song is garbage."
Songs. Yeah, exactly.
And that's why I've thought recently, like, should we even do rankings? But I'm like, well, I kind of want to. I think it's fun to kind of see where it sits, like on our scales. That's why I think number rankings is better than saying like bad, good. Like,
exactly.
So,
yes.
But we want to be clear, like, and we probably should have done this way if we didn't already. But like the rankings, like, well, none of these songs are bad because you guys and us we're doing this, and you're listening because you like these bands, and we want people to listen to it. So people that don't know these bands that are listening, the point is for you to listen to these songs so you know what we're talking about. None of these songs are we love these guys, so like nothing. I'm never gonna rate something a 0.
Yeah, no.
Like it's never none of it's garbage. We love these bands, and that's how we're ranking it. So I'll never be offended when we could be confused because we don't. Like, we're not always going to have the same taste. I feel like we've all been pretty on par for the majority of it. And I already knew, and I said this to Manny already, like, I already knew this one was going to be polarizing. So, like, I get it. But, yeah, that's that. Ready to move on?
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. We got everything done? We did. Okay. Cool. So, that was the second single, I believe, off of their 2018 album, Virtue, from the Voidz. Yeah, their second song was released January 24th, 2018. Written by the Voidz, as usual. But yeah, guys, QYURRYUS, spelled all weird. If you just type in QYURRYUS, the Voidz, you'll find it. It's everywhere. Time to move on to The Last Shadow Puppets. So, once again, guys, a massive change in pace coming up here for you.
Okay.
All I'm going to tell you. We are doing The Last Shadow Puppets, the Dream Synopsis today. A lot of people commented this song. This is one of my top tier favorites, so I'm kind of feel a little bit weird doing it so early, but we did the shuffle and these are the ones that came out, so it just happened to be good. So we're doing the Dream Synopsis today. It is a song off of their album Everything You've Come to Expect. I think you both will love this album, this song right off the bat. I'm just gonna say it. I think you will. I think it's gonna be
Putting a lot of pressure.
Well, listen, I think it's a complete 180 from what we just listened to. I'm just gonna shut up and let us listen to it, but I do think it is a stellar song. Personally, it wasn't a single. The two singles from their album Everything You Come to Expect are weird songs to pick for their singles, and I've said that before, but this came out in April 2016, April 1st, 2016. But yeah, guys, this is the Dream Synopsis. Before I say anything more, let's give it a listen. Alright, that was the Dream Synopsis by The Last Shadow Puppets, Alex Turner's solo band. Guys, initial thoughts on that one? Squill, I know you've heard this one before, so go ahead.
Fucking beautiful, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
He's puckering his lips and everything, guys.
Chef's
Will gets really, really horny when he likes to sing.
He does get aroused.
Oh, yeah.
He does get
I'm
aroused.
excited. I'm not that kind of excited.
Yeah, well.
It's alright, Will. It's fine.
No.
It's a safe space. We're in my mom's room.
No, I was really excited to listen to this because this came on yesterday when I was cleaning my room by accident. I didn't put it on because I'm trying not to listen to like the stuff I'm not too familiar with.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, like I can't wait till we get to the song, like talk about it. But it's beautiful. It just sounds like an orchestra is making it. And it just sounds like a dream, and it's even better because it sounds like Alex is like singing this for one person, or like to like a dear friend. So it's just a beautiful song.
Yeah. That was lovely. Yeah, lovely. I would say lovely. That's rarely you can say that.
I love when it's just different.
But you're right. It was like he was serenading the listener.
Yeah,
so it was nice.
Yeah, we turned the lights off, guys.
Yeah,
Jerry
set the
was
mood.
there.
Yep. Yeah, was making the mood.
We probably should have watched what Will here was doing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't really looking in his direction.
It'll catch up on the mic if he was doing
Right.
something crazy. Yeah, it was pretty dark in here.
But yeah, that was nice. Definitely a change of pace. Not far from what I probably was expecting. Because I feel like that was a very Alex Turner type of song. But yeah, that was nice. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I feel like we definitely still have yet to get to their, like, because not all their stuff sounds like this. They have faster paced stuff with more guitars in it. So we just happened to find the ones first that are a little bit slower and more beautiful, like. But yeah, I mean, for this one, like, a couple things for me. Like, this is one of the songs where, like, I'll look it up and isolate the vocals, because I love so many things which we'll get to, like so many instrumental decisions like with this one is just what gets me. And anytime a song has violins in it, you already got me hooked because I have an emotional attachment to that instrument for some reason. But this song, yeah, I mean it's a hell of like a song to put on, and you don't know if you're, and we've said it I feel like so many times, like you don't know if you're happy or if you're sad or if you're just like kind of in the middle. He's definitely serenading about I don't think it's heartbreak, like I don't take it as like a heartbreak. He's just talking about his dreams as obnoxious to somebody. But lyrically, like I guess we can get an instrumentation, like the violins for me, like the orchestra makes a song for me. Like I love when any type of song has that stuff. And again, like I said, like I isolate the vocals to listen to it, and specifically there's the part at the end when he does the final chorus and the violins are going like like heavier in the background, and then like if you isolate that, like it's like so powerful. Like like every time I talk about this band, like I think of the word theatrical, or like kind of like something where it's like in a movie, and the way it sounds like it's a part where like you're watching a scene where like someone's like dying and like the audio is muted but the music is playing and they're just like holding that, like that's the way it's like. So the music to me sounds heartbreaking like when you isolate it like that. There's a part at the end also where I told you guys to listen, where the bass like goes down with the melody, goes do 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 like to the music, and like that I can't explain it. I just love bass so much. Like to me, I just love it. It has like a whole level to it. Did you guys hear it when I said to listen to it? You didn't hear it?
To be honest, no.
Okay, well I'll show it back to you when we're done. But it follows the way the violins kind of go, and it adds to like the depth of the way it sounds, and it affects me. But you know, it starts slow and it ends it's slow, but like with the way the violins, it adds like a whole extra layer of like emotion to it.
The middle part is really what caught me, because at first, like the first 30 seconds, I was just like, all right, this is gonna be a nice song, but not something that I'd care to listen to again. But then in the middle, like when the orchestra kind of comes in and you hear everything coming together, that's when I was like, okay, wow. So yeah, that musically, like that's probably one of like the better ones that I've heard so far. Like that's, you know, do they do that a lot with orchestras? Is that
this whole album's in like an orchestral album, whether it's fast or it's slow like this. We just have yet to get. They use violins, and like that's like a big thing with all of their stuff, because even the meeting place had violins. So there's a lot to it like that, but for me, it's. I remember when I first like heard it, and I was like, because there's so many versions of this. Like they have a lot of like live recorded versions, but I don't personally like as much as the normal one. Like, and that's usually the other way around. Because it's a slow orchestral song, like you can't do it to its magnitude unless you have like a full orchestra with you. But I think the normal version is the better version for it. We'll listen to the other ones at some point, but what stood out to you guys instrumental wise for this one? I know we didn't really talk about that on Curious, but for this one there's like I feel like there's
just all of it. It had like a very like big band feel to it, and then you mix that with like the melody of his voice. I was picturing kind of like how you said, like cinematic, right? Of like, I don't know, I just pictured him like on a stage, you know, like that. It just seems like something out of a movie. So, and I the reason I thought that was because of like all the string instruments coming together, and then like, man, his voice. I don't. Maybe I'm being biased, but like, you'd be hard pressed to find someone with a better voice than that. You know what I mean? So that's really what stood out to me. What about you, Will?
It is like one of those songs where I would put on if I'm feeling really anxious, or it's honestly like the way I feel right now, or I was feeling today, was just kind of like anxious for no reason, and I feel like literally 10 times better right now. I feel calm and happy and just chill. I feel almost like loved.
I'm like Curious.
And just Curious kind of like was like
Yeah,
and now this one's like almost like someone just singing me a love song. I'm like, okay, it's a little better.
Yeah.
Not to shit on Curious though.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cool song, but no, this song it's completely like 180, just way different. It's just beautiful. It's not even bittersweet because I kind of read the meaning here, and it's not really sad. Would you like to hear what like Alex said about it?
Yeah, no, it's time for lyrics.
Cause I
guys.
could keep just going on. It's a beautiful song.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
For Genius, I got this from Genius.com. During an interview with artist Direct Turner, explained how his idea for the lyrics and the subsequent inclusion of instrumentals helped give the track a more compelling message. Which the instruments in this, yeah, definitely push it for sure. He said, it's almost like when you do talk about your dreams to someone, it's always the fucking most boring. You can never bring it to life enough. And I thought perhaps if you added a melody and surrounded it by music, maybe it's more compelling. Marginally more compelling. Which is pretty good. I agree with that. Like, sometimes I don't tell people what I'm going to do or, like, my plans because I'm like, stop, like, talking about it. Like, just do it. Or, like, I feel like it's just boring when I just talk about something, like, that's not even real yet. So, I relate with that.
What did you gather from the lyrics? Like, is there more, like, that you personally connected with?
Hell
like,
yeah.
For this one? Go ahead.
The one where he says, isn't it boring when I talk about my dreams? Because a lot of times I do want to talk about, like, things that are, like, personal to me when I'm with someone, but I'm also, like, I feel like sometimes I talk about myself a lot, so I'm like, man, I should shut up or, like, just listen or, like, not talk about myself. But that line, isn't it boring when I talk about my dreams? It's kind of like ironic. Like, no, it's not boring. Like, that's your dreams, bro. Like, keep talking. I want to hear about them.
But that's like, I think a logical thought when you're discussing things like that about yourself, maybe like to one other person. I think that's like I also like that line because it's like we all think that.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, is this boring to you? Like, you're always worried that you're boring to the other person, or they're just internally like they're being nice about it, but they're like, can you just stop talking?
Yeah.
So I really like that line too.
Yeah.
Is there anything else in there?
I like the line where he says, visions of the past and possible future.
Okay.
So that's like, that's one of the sadder lyrics in the song, but it's like, when you're having a dream, like, more often than not, like, you have good dreams about, like, the past. Like, you get, like, a little glimpse of the past, and you get to relive it for a very short while. And then you think about the future, and you're like, fuck, that can't it can't be like that anymore. You can try to do it again, but it won't be like how it was then.
It won't be exactly that.
Yeah, so to me, like, I take it like he's talking about his dreams because he's like yearning for the past, and when he has dreams about the past, he knows that it's impossible to kind of bring that back again for the future. It's like that. What does he continue with that? It's like shoot through my mind, I can't let go, inseparable opposing images. Did I get it right?
Yeah.
Yeah, inseparable opposing images. So, like, when can you come back again? So, like, he's trying to get back to it. And, like, I've set my friend group my friends I've had for many, many, many years, like, will know, because I don't shut up about it. The summer of 2015 is still the best year of my life, like, best time of my life, because I graduated high school. It was senior week, like, specifically that week, like, that. I guess you could call the whole month, but that month of, what was it? It was probably like June or July of 2015. I had a girlfriend at the time where at that time it was like fate just like happened. Because it's funny because I had a friend group. It was me, my friend Corey, our friend Emmy. So it was a girl, me and my friend Corey and our girlfriend Emmy. And she was like, hey, like, I'll come on senior week with you guys. I was like, cool, let's do it. And then we're like, oh, it'll be kind of weird. It's 3 people. We should probably try to get 4, so it's just kind of even. And she's like, well, cool, I'll invite my friend Rachel. And I was like, all right. And I was, like, close with Emmy. So I was like, cool, like, I'm hoping I can try to, as the kids would say now, give a little bit of a riz and try to see if I can turn this into more in like a relationship or something.
You had riz? Is that what you're?
Yeah, my own version of it.
Your own, okay.
Yeah,
same.
Yeah. Says the guy who just swallowed his gum and choked on it on the mic. But anyway, we met her. We met her at Corey's place, and it swapped. Like, I saw Rachel, and I was like, well, holy shit! And like we vibed better too. And then like our friend Emmy and my other friend like started talking to each other, and like it was like a swap.
Right.
But like it was like fate. So like we hung out for the next 3 weeks, and we got to know each other, and it was just like perfection. Like, everything about it was working out perfect. Like, I remember when we slept over, or my one friend's house, and she like fell asleep, and she like turned over and like rested her head on my shoulder, and I was looking at Corey, and I was
Okay.
I was freaking out. Yeah. So it was a big deal. We went on senior week. It was one of the best weeks of my life. Like it was like. It was a time where like I didn't have to worry about anxiety. I didn't have anxiety as bad as I do now, so I wasn't having panic attacks. I could like go do shit without having to take medicine and be depressed. And so when I think about all that stuff, and especially that time, like because that was the whole week, senior week, and then literally the week after we went to my cousin's house in Maryland and had 4th of July, and they came with us to that too. So I was with them for 2 weeks, probably basically the whole month, because I just met her and we were all together trying to like mingle with each other or like just get to know each other, and it was just one of the best like months of my life.
Yeah, sounds like a good stretch there.
Yeah, and it didn't you know, obviously that relationship didn't work out. It didn't end in a bad way. It just didn't like continue. It went on for like a year, but like those friendships, good, like everything about it. But that week, dude, like, you know how it is when you're like young, you're at the beach, you're with your friends, and we rented our first, like we had a place, and not a shitty hotel. We had a place. We had no parents. Like you were 18. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck. Like just thinking about it now, like it sucks because like that feeling. And I went on a tangent now, but anyway, that's where I was going with like when I dream of stuff like back then. I'm like, I can do all of that again. I can literally replicate that. Probably find the same place. Be with a group of great friends that I like, and it still won't be the same.
That exact same feeling.
That same feeling, yeah. Because we're grown up now and everything sucks compared to then. Right. But that's kind of like when I hear this song, it's like I can't decide if I want to be like happy or I want to be sad. I guess it's kind of in the mood that I'm in.
Yeah. Will depend on how you're feeling that day.
Yeah, but anyway, that was a tangent. But that's kind of how like an example, like kind of how I think of stuff like that.
You ever see Inside Out?
Yeah.
Where like all her happy memories are in like a golden globe. That's what it feels like. I think about like my memories, but I'm like, even if they're a little bit sad, like, oh damn, I can't be there. Like at Cherries, that was like my best, like not peak me. I know that's not my peak. I know I'm still gonna, I don't know when I'm gonna reach my peak. But like that was not the best moment of my life. But like since I've been alive, that has been like my favorite moments, just living at Cherries and that whole phase of like friends and like everything that was going on. And yeah, there was like shitty days, but like there was really good days too. And I'm like, damn, like I can't go back there, but like I appreciate every moment that we had together and everything. But like I think about it like a golden moment. Like all those moments to me when I think about like the past and stuff like that, they're all like golden. They have like a golden hue in my mind. I'm like, okay. And that's how the song makes me feel, just like golden, kind of like bittersweet.
Yeah.
I just want to say real quick, with you bringing up Inside Out, just want to say R.I.P. You guys know Bing Bong. Yeah. I still get upset about that.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Anytime I get like super sad.
We all had a Bing Bong.
Yeah.
All had a Bing Bong. So
speaking of that too, like that's a great theme and like kind of like relates to the song where like Bing Bong is like that imaginary friend, like that past like event, and you can't really go back to, but like you got to learn to like push yourself on from now, like all right, kind of like become something else or get better. Yeah. Or like there's a chance like you can recreate all those moments you had. It won't feel the same, but like you can still do it again.
Yeah. One other thing I wanted to touch on too is like Miles, his guitar in this song. Like usually when you would mix in a guitar like they do with a beautiful song like that, you think it would taint it, but like it was the perfect tone, perfect like volume. Like when he had the little solo in the middle, and it added to the experience. That's also a level of professionalism when you can do something like that. When you take an orchestra song and you start adding electric like guitars to it,
right?
You can't pull that off like all the time,
right?
So that was a big deal. But for me, like this, the instrumental thing that stood out for me for sure was the violins. Is that common between all of us? Is that like the thing, or was it something else for you guys?
Yeah. Or
was it Alex's voice? Because I know you were talking about that.
It was just a fusion of both. It was like a nice mixture of both. Like at first, obviously, it was Alex's voice because the orchestra didn't come in. But once it came in, it was like that's all I could focus on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I really like the part where he says we were bombing down Los Feliz. It was you, me, and Miles Kane, and some kid I went to school with. Kind of like it kind of paints that picture where it's like kind of personal. Or is it talking about his past? And
like, he's thinking about him in the back, like in the past, like buddies, that's, like, like that's what I mean.
Bombing down a hill, like it just sounds great, and like the snow was falling thick and fast. Like,
So I
Sounds
guess
like a
it
great
could be
memory.
interpreted as a sad song, but not even sad because we think of memories. Like most people would be happy about it, but
Yeah, it's like that quote, like, don't be sad because it's over, be happy because it happened.
yeah.
Or smile because it happened.
Fuck.
That's how I feel a lot of days now. I'm like, all right, I'm not going to be upset because it's not there anymore. I'm just like, okay, it happened.
Wonder if I'm gonna cry on one of these podcasts one day. We'll see. We'll see. It's rankings time, guys. Right? Or nope. It is fan
Let's do
comments, and we had a good bit of them for this one as well. Always loving to shout out the communities for commenting your thoughts on this thing. So we got a few here. Brisa Aiden says it's a songwriting masterpiece and also very relatable. Isn't it ugly when I talk about visions of the past and possible future shoot through my mind and I can't let go, inseparable opposing images? When can you come back again? Just look how beautiful this is. I always found it so hard to open up to anyone but my ex. However, she wasn't exactly the most helpful type. Still, during those rare moments when she was actually receptive and my love for her maximized those conversations' effects, I found so much comfort and felt so safe. Making me always feel guilty, hesitate to continue, but in the end, keep asking, when can you come back again? So that's a really good explanation. I think it's funny because I think I said in my experience, there was a lot of that type of stuff too. Like, it's crazy what it makes you think of. Hey Mai said, one of my favorites, beautiful and relatable. I always try to relive the imagery of my dreams, which I think we all do or try to. Tack Porn Pack, I think I'm saying Tack Porn Pack. Okay. The part that Miles was in his dream too while he was with a girl will forever be the best part of the last Shadow Puppets lyric for me. I'm trying to think of what that means.
Wait, what?
The part that Miles was in this dream too while he was with the girl. Oh, okay. The fact that Miles
he was
was
in the dream too.
with the girl. Yeah. Okay, I got you. Misty7297 said top tier Last Shadow Puppet song. This one and Sweet Dreams Tennessee are my favorites. Zesty Close Movie 108 says the lyrics to this and the Born Identity always get me. We didn't get to either of those two songs yet.
I was thinking of the movie. I was like,
Yep. Well, there's
Wait, hold on. This is related to the Born Identity. Hold on.
Yeah.
What?
Then I thought the song was in the movie. I was like, wait, what?
Goldie Husky said, love it. As someone with low self-esteem, this relatable song makes me so sad. Don't feel that way, man. We're here for you. We get it. We get you. Pure Fan 3590 said best Alex Turner era. And then Doggo Zombie said, I haven't listened to much of the Last Shadow Puppets, but this is great. Well, it's cool that I was able to post that and get you a new song to listen to. That's our whole point of this thing here. But thanks, guys, for the engagement on these two episodes today. Rankings time. Who wants to go first for this one?
5 stars out of 5.
5 out of 5?
Right off the bat.
Hell yeah, brother.
Anything with like an orchestra, like strings, Will is giving it a 5.
Yeah.
It, like,
His
speaks to
zipper's flying
soul.
off and he's giving it a 5.
Yep.
Oh, he's still calling.
It's going to be a meme.
Yeah, definitely if it's like strings, orchestra. One, just the voice. Like, you can take the strings out of it and maybe put some different instruments, but the voice made it a 5 already. Just like the fact that it feels like a dream. Gives it a 5 for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna say I was kind of, if you would have asked me before the orchestra came in, it was like a 3, like right at a 3, like not much more than that. Once I heard that bumped it up. Like, I'm gonna give it a 4, just a straight up 4. It is one of those songs that I think if I hear a couple more times, I can maybe bump it up to a 5 or a 4.5, something. It's kind of like Miracle Liner type thing, yeah.
It just starts off with guitar. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So I could see this one growing on me. I have to definitely go back and listen to it and like hear what he's saying. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4.
I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
Okay.
Myself. It's very relatable to me, as you guys could tell. Like, it's
high praise
hits,
for Jared.
Yeah, it hits home in a lot of ways. It could be very close to a 5, but I'm gonna stick with 4.5. It lyrically beautiful, musically beautiful, length perfect. It's got everything in it. The bass part that comes in is great. It's gorgeous. It's just a gorgeous song. I wish I could explain.
Say it. Say the word.
What?
The L word.
Love.
Lovely.
It's a lovely song.
It's a lovely song.
Lovely
we don't get to say that often. It's a lovely song.
It is a lovely song. I know it's not gonna be for everybody because it's kind of slow, there's Shadow Puppet songs that are still beautiful. They're a little bit faster, kind of like what we just went through last week. It was faster, but it was still a beautiful song. It had strings in it. It was acoustic. The harmonies are great. But yeah, I'm trying to just go with my heart. My heart's telling me 4.5. I feel like I could just as easily give it a 5 with how much I listen to it, but that's where I'm going to go for there. It's an incredible song. It's a near perfect song. I guess if you ask me what would make it better, would probably just be a little more use of the orchestra, kind of like what you were saying, like right from the beginning, maybe have like an intro
Right.
that had like a some sort of intro, like I just said an intro that has an intro, but like an intro with the music, like with the orchestra,
Right.
because it starts just with boom boom, like just with the piano to start. And I just think adding a little bit more layers, like with the orchestra, could have been good a little bit. But again, that's nitpicking. Like I said, it could very well be a 5 for me. But
It's like, how can we make this great song even a little bit better?
Yeah. I'm trying to hold back my 5s to when I absolutely need to use it. So 4.5 for me. Incredible song. One of my top 3 favorite songs from this band. Could be my favorite. I'm kind of holding off on picking my favorites because going through these again is
Might
fun.
rediscover,
and it like it
change
gives
it up
you
a bit.
it gives you a second kind of win with it. Like when you're listening to it in this setting, not just in your car, when you're listening to it to analyze it and be like, where is this actually like for me? Because any song can be a 5 for you at any given day. If you're driving and you listen to it, and wow,
you're in the right mood, right setting.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So we're going off of kind of how I like analyze it here, but yeah, guys, that was Curious and from the Voidz album Virtue 2018, and then that was the Dream Synopsis from Everything You've Come to Expect, the LP from the last Shadow Puppets from 2016. Again, still crazy. These songs came out like right around like 3 years after AM. AM came out in 2013, right? Yeah, so it's crazy like where these things fell into place. But yeah, guys, that was the bonus episode number 4, you said? Number 4, I think. Thank you guys for listening. We will see you next week. We're probably gonna hit you guys up with another solo bonus episode, solo bonus episode. So Julian's solo stuff and then Alex's solo stuff, which I know Will is excited to get to. More from the Yellow Submarine EP. No, the Submarine EP / soundtrack, and then Julian's solo record. And there's a lot of Julian songs I'm excited to get to where he's just a feature on a song. I'm really excited to get to some of those ones that you guys don't know, not the Daft Punk stuff. So I'm excited.
Now Jared's getting horny.
Great. I am. But all right, guys, we love you. Have a good night. We'll talk to you soon. See you later. Hey guys, Jared here. Thank you for listening to the episode. You can find us at Karma and Tranquility on Instagram and Reddit, and Karma Tranquil on Twitter. Our link tree is posted in our description and bios for you to find everything we have to offer. We post a full episode every Wednesday and a bonus episode every Friday.